Hey folks, how's it going? And welcome to this review of the TrixBricks boom barrier set. Now, this set is basically a level crossing set, automation set from TrixBricks. I bought this, I did not get sent it, so this is my own review, and it's not, this is just me buying something from TrixBricks and then reviewing it for you guys. I want it set up in my railway, so that's what I'm going to do. And it comes with a controller, with a few, these are just for sort of cable tidying and making sure that you can tidy away your cables as a cable tidy would go. We've got some splitter cables, these ones. I think this is a splitter cable, and that's standalone 1 length cable. So splitter cables, 2 splitter cables. Oh, we've got another, okay, 2 cables there. Possibly they look maybe the same length. And we've got 2 sensors. So 2 sensors for detecting when the train comes and goes. I've got 2 lights. Got a light there. And these, I think, well, they're specifically called boom barrier LEDs. So these are the ones that flash when the barriers go down and everything like that. And of course the barriers with the servos and stuff like that. So this should be pretty cool. So that's that. So what I'm going to do is I've got a battery pack and I have a USB cable here. It's just a USB micro cable. So I'm just going to, well, we can power the controller up. It's an all-in-one controller, I think they call it. Let's see, we'll put it in the right way. There we go, and we've got 2 little lights that have appeared, or 1 light anyway. Ooh. Oh, helps if I turn the battery on. There we go, so we've got 2 little lights, and that is showing. Right, there's different things when I tap it. So we'll find out what happens when I plug it all in. Right, so I've now got everything set up. What should happen, and what is happening, is the train comes along here, triggers this sensor, and it goes like that, and then it goes along a bit further, triggers that sensor, and like that. Now that was a bit of an odd one, because it normally triggers, and then, there we go, goes down nice and smoothly, and then back up, and these lights flash as well, which is really cool. So if I just trigger that, oh, I'm stopping it, that's not good. But these will stay down, and it will, these lights will keep flashing until the train passes this sensor and stops passing it. So it will go through, and then once it's finished detecting the train, it will then raise the barriers, which is really, really cool, I think. So it's working really well. Okay, here we go. We've set it up. I've got the station here. It's just a bit of a mock-up, but got the boom barriers on each side. We've got the lights here. One thing I have found is this sensor over here, for some reason, it's really, really sensitive. So I've put this block of bricks in front of it, so it's not picking it up. As if I take this away and just leave it pointing into thin air, it triggers. It's as if it sort of thinks, yeah, if there's nothing there, then it will trigger. But with this brick wall, and every time I walked in front of it, it triggered everything. So there's a sensor there, and there's a sensor over there just by the, if you look, there's sort of the grain tower. You can just see it over there. And that one's fine, pointing off, but I suppose it's got some stuff in front of it. So that's something to look out for. When I set this up properly and put all the cabling in properly, I'll build it in and I'll make sure there's some sort of, it's pointing at something, so it gets triggered only when it needs to get triggered. So anyway, we've got the passenger train. I've got a passenger train set up, and here it goes through the first sensor, triggers that. We'll get it to the station. You can stop at the station. We've got the lights still flashing, the barriers are still down, it's all good. And then it pulls away, goes through the other sensor, gets past that sensor, and the barriers come up. And I'll just do that again. See it go through the first sensor, That triggers the barriers and the lights. Go slowly through the station. Get it to the other sensor over here. Get this out of the way. Oh, train's got stuck. Goes through and the barriers go up. So if I move this camera back, you'll be able to see it. Just triggers the first sensor, barriers go down, lights start flashing. Stop it at the station and the barriers are still down. Go over here, and behind this wall here is the second sensor. Goes through, goes all the way through past the sensor, and the barriers go up. So there you go, that's it. But yeah, a slight weird thing with this sensor, it just needed something in front of it, so it's only triggered by the train, because without that it's permanently on, and it just, yeah, it doesn't work. It's very odd. I don't think this one's the same. So one of them is doing it, but the other one isn't. So there you go, that is my review of the TrixBricks boom barrier combo. I think it's fantastic. It comes in at €86.90. Depending on what your exchange rate is, then it's going to be slightly different for you. But yeah, I think it's great. It's out of the box. It just does everything I need it to do. So the train triggers the barriers and the lights on the first sensor, and then it waits until it clears the second sensor before the barriers and the lights, the barriers come up and the lights turn off. I've got it fed off of a USB hub, which is a mains hub, and that seems to be the most reliable way of doing it. The battery I was using just wasn't feeding power to it, and that's a problem with the battery. I've had that with other devices on that battery. Yeah, the sensor issue, I don't think it's going to be a big deal, because it's going to be, this will be in a city and I can point it at something. I don't know why it's doing that. It's just, it seems to be that if there's nothing in front of it, it's permanently on and it's permanently triggered, so it wasn't working correctly. But yeah, now I've worked that out, I don't have a problem with it. This is great, fantastic. I don't have to do any programming in order to make it work or anything. It just does everything I need it to do straight away. Yeah, so once I get it built into the city, I think it's going to be a great addition. But that is the review. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you found it useful. You can always click subscribe and click like if you've enjoyed this video. But thanks a lot, and I will see you in the next one.